Hey guys, so a lot of you guys have privately messaged me about how I do marketing, social media, and I thought I'd just make a video to share all the tips that I have with you guys. It could be a resource and you could just refer to this and watch whenever. Kind of like my background, I guess, being 26. I've kind of grown up on social media, so the way I see things are kind of important for branding and building relationships and whatnot. So how I use it might be different to how you guys might use it. I started using social media, I guess, 8 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago when I first started doing photography. My social media was side by side, and I have since back then I was doing a lot of fashion stuff, and it's also helped me get a lot of fashion jobs. My main social media, which I don't really even use to post real estate stuff, I have like 24,000 followers over there, and I have gotten like brand deals and whatnot, but I've learned a lot of tips from there that brought into real estate. And my full-time job is marketing. I do marketing for Disney. Not really social media, but it's just kind of the mindset that I have. I live in LA, so things here could be completely different to where you guys are living. Here, it's super branding focused. Every single realtor is pretty much on social media. Just comment below actually what social media is like in your market, because I'm really curious. Maybe a lot of realtors don't even use it or take it seriously or just post random things, but for the most part, a lot of realtors here are very active. A lot story like 5 times a day when they're doing showings. They story like inspection days, like everything. They post all the time. Their properties like super up to date. And I really kind of match that for my social media. My Instagram is Engelauren Photo, but I do video now, so I'm like, should I change it? I started this pretty much since I started real estate. Oh yeah, so I just started like pretty recently. So maybe that's also a good thing that I kind of see things differently and my approach is different, and maybe that's a good thing. Take what you will from this video. So I started my photography Instagram back in March, and now it's at 1,200 followers, which isn't that much, but the growth is pretty good. When I first started out, I was sometimes even getting like 100 followers a week. What I did initially was I followed every single realtor that I want to work with. That ended up being like 2,000-3,000. I also followed a lot of like interior designers and architects and whatnot, but I pretty much tried to follow every single realtor who posts actively about their work on Instagram, and just from that they're like, oh, who's Lauren Engel Photo, and they check out my account. So even just doing that, it's just social media is just like get your work on their radar. So I followed a bunch of people. I just stayed up all night just like following a bunch of people. So that's the first tip that I had, and a bunch of those realtors just followed me back. Like I didn't say anything, I just followed them. But I mean, before you like mass follow everyone, I recommend you to clean up your feed. Make it really aesthetic, archive a bunch of pictures that might be outdated, post only your favorite ones. So maybe like within a few days, just like figure out your feed, archive a ton of stuff, only show the work that you really love. For me, the aesthetic of the feed is very important. I mean, I'm kind of lucky that the houses I shoot here are super historical, architecture, design related houses that I'm able to have such a varied portfolio to post. There's still a lot that you could do, like posting 5 exteriors of houses that look the same. That's really repetitive. You want a kind of mixture of the houses you post, maybe one exterior, one really like close up of the kitchen. Even though, you know, when you're shooting for these realtors, they might not want such close up pictures. They kind of just want a sense of like your style. And also I do a lot of galleries for a lot of my photos, so I would just post maybe an artsy photo, and then when they swipe it, they can see the rest to see like what you actually send to that realtor in the end. So I suggest that. And I don't know, comment below for this one too, but I don't know where you're from, but here there's a trend going more on lifestyle real estate photos. So a lot of them have been asking me for like vignettes or whatnot that they really want to post on social media. So I guess I kind of like went into the market at the right time, which works. My next tip is to tag some accounts. There's a bunch of like real estate photography accounts. This is what I did initially for my first social media. I tagged a bunch of accounts and some would repost, some wouldn't, but the ones that reposted it got like a bunch of followers from it. Like one time I posted the Venice Canals and the Travel Channel reposted it. Just stuff like that. Just try to tag a variety and who knows who's gonna repost you. But also I think when you do like a gallery, there's a maximum of 10 accounts that you can tag. Just be mindful of that. This is one that helped me grow a lot initially. I shot a lot of mid-century moderns, which is really specific, but I hashtag a bunch of them. I tagged a bunch of accounts, and I have to check, like, one of the main ones that I posted blew up because a lot of mid-century modern people who are into it. So I'll put the photo here, but this photo that I posted back when I was only at like 500-600 followers got 700 likes, and that's just because I hashtag a bunch of mid-century moderns. And people who follow the hashtag mid-century modern are like, you can follow the specific hashtag, so they're super into it, so they really check it. And I guess my picture probably made it to the top few, so a bunch of people liked it. But yeah, make sure you hashtag the right things. A lot of people do follow the hashtags, especially if you're doing like a architecture, historical, like an old cute home type of thing. Those could do really well. So this is one that I guess I've done since I've like done a bunch of YouTube channels. I have a YouTube channel that's like 50,000 subscribers. So show your personality on Instagram. Put the photo of you on the avatar. I mean, if you're a whole company, it doesn't really make sense, but put your photo on the thing. People, I feel like with social media, the number one thing is to be personable and they feel like they get to know you. So I think some of you guys put like the company logo or whatnot, but you have the company logo for the website, and when they want to hire someone, they want to know who you are. Like imagine an interior designer that like doesn't even, it's like blocked off. Like you don't even know what they look like. Like it's just hard for you to like, if they like your work, they'll hire you, but nowadays they just want to put like a face to the name. So that really helps if you just put your own photo on the avatar. This is another one. So I'm kind of lazy and I don't really like writing a lot of posts. So whenever I post a property on my Instagram, I just copy and paste the description and put it there. I'm like, oh, this is easy. I don't have to do any work. And I'm now getting to the point that realtors are looking at my Instagram and are asking like, how much is this? Or how many bedrooms is this or whatnot? So they kind of see my Instagram as a source of industry happenings, which is what I kind of do when I see other realtors. I'm like, so this is this house that's going up, blah, blah. But now they're starting to go onto my profile and want to know what's getting listed. I've actually had some people hit me up like, can you give me insider info? I'm like, I'm just a photographer. Next tip is stories are so important. Similar to the one before, you really want to show your personality on the stories. I know a lot of people don't do this. I've always been talking to the camera, so it's really easy for me to just story like something. Or recently there's this video that I did, it was with the slider and like arrow. I just kind of like make fun of myself. I feel like I've always just done that on social media, and I feel like they're starting to get to know me and whatnot. Also showing behind the scenes things, depends on your market, but even like a small thing of your camera on a tripod. Oh, also I forgot to say, post every day. That's the most important thing you can do. Post every single day. You just want to seem like you're working a lot, tag all of the different realtors or mention them and the company. They just want to see that you're like really active, a bunch going on. So that's really good. And then for me, I personally really like to share my inspiration on my stories. So I either share someone else's, like if I saw this really nice Japanese like wabi-sabi home, I'll like share like, oh, I really wish I could shoot a house like this. Or if I'm sharing another what I shot for a realtor on their Instagram, I would put like a cute camera thing so they know they can differentiate between the two. I think at the beginning I was just sharing whatever and they thought I shot all these insane houses in Europe. I'm like, okay, I have to make it clear that I didn't shoot these houses, But so that's how I do. I'm like, just type inspiration, then they know there's a difference. And a lot of you guys do video as well, so I suggest really using the IGTV video and uploading your own thumbnail. So for all my IGTVs, I either type like the address or the area with the same font. Like I pretty much use the same font for everything, so it's really consistent, and it's just like a really cute title card for the video, and it matches with the rest of it. And also it sticks out a bit because it could seem like it's another photo, but if it has like text and stuff on it, it seems more like a video. So I tried to make everything really varied, like one IGTV, few random posts of like exteriors, kitchens, like a variety of things. And this is something that I don't do anymore, but I used to plan out my feed on Anam. This is really getting really technical, and you guys are probably like, but I used to plan out my feed so it's all consistent, but now I just kind of post whenever a listing goes live. So I think that's about it. I will probably have more tips the more I get into this. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you guys are already doing a lot of these things, or if you're not, or if you found any of this helpful. I hope it is. That's about it. I might do videos in the future about like SEO. Comment down below if you found this really helpful, and I also posted my other videos on the channel, so feel free if you enjoy those and subscribe, and I'll have more fun videos for you guys. Bye!